I feel like this takes long. There we go. Jeez. I was like, I feel like this takes longer than it has ever taken. Let me get it pulled up in the group and then we can get going here. But today we're talking about the must have people. The must have people for your real estate investing business. What's that? It's freezing. Okay.
Are we
Laura?
on?
Yeah, we're on.
We're on. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Thursday already. So I'm
Thankfully.
looking forward to a great weekend, long weekend, by the way. I just want to let you know. And my birthday's Monday on the 15th.
She
So,
gets spoiled in May. Don't let her fool you. She has an anniversary on the 7th, Mother's Day on the 14th, her birthday on the 15th. I mean, she gets spoiled. May is her month.
yes, it is. It's my
All
month. I
right,
own it.
everybody.
So, great. We're talking
Hey,
about,
Leanne's birthday. Leanne, our student that we just saw, her
yeah.
birthday's the 17th.
Oh,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday. So she's coming to the retreat next week, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
we get to celebrate it together then. Great. Well, while we say that, we have a retreat coming up next weekend, May 19th to the 21st in Fort Lauderdale. You want to be there, guys. It's going to be right on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. We have some amazing things planned. We have yoga in the beach in the morning. We have, mermaid shows. We have, that one is sold out, I think. But we have a lot of things going on. We have only one type of ticket available. And we're going to post a link here about the retreat. And also, obviously, time with the coaches, time with me and Liz in person for 3 days, for 12 hours each day. We have a lot planned, and you will wake up with us. You go to sleep at night in your own room, but we say
I was gonna say, where are you going with that? That doesn't sound right.
yeah, I know. So we have the next time. And what we're going to do today is just for this today, okay? I'll leave it on all day. If you go to the page for the retreat, and there is only one type of ticket available, which is called the REIW experience, and it will say $100 to hold your spot, and the remainder will be charged on Monday, which is May 15th. However, for anybody today, we're not going to charge until the day before the retreat. Okay. But we can do that only for 5 people because honestly, we're trying to fill out the room. We have about 7, 8 spots available. And so the next 5, they will do it. We're not going to charge until the day before the retreat. So it's only $100 today to hold your spot. Come there. And when you get into Florida on Friday, we can charge you the rest. But it's only for 5 spots because I am determined to get this event sold out. I think it will be amazing.
Yeah.
And for everybody there, many people are going to be there. We want it big enough to people network, but not too big. So our cutoff is about 75. And I think we're right around 70 right now. So last count was beginning of the week, we were at 64, 65. So we have very few spots available and it's going to be amazing. So hopefully see you there. Um, Okay, great. For if you can't be there, we can still talk to you. Have the next onboard kickoff is on June 1st. What are those? These are for you to go ahead and get going. We take only in cycles. You'll be in a small group of people, so we can really follow you to get deals closed in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So that will be. We'll talk a little more later on today. That will be on June 1st. So if you're interested in that, you put a link also for us to talk to you if you cannot make it to the retreat. If you make it to the retreat, that'll be great because we're going to work with you then. Okay, so today we talk about teams. And yesterday I did a podcast about this, and I don't think it's published yet, but I want to share a little bit about teams. And also, you get the PDF at the beginning of the week, right? So hopefully everybody here uploaded or were able to get the PDF. Elizabeth,
But
did we get the PDF right at the beginning of the week? Did anybody gives a feedback? Were you able to get the PDF? Because a lot
well,
of
they can go and grab it. They can go and grab it. There's a delay, so I won't see that comment for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm looking at PDF right now, and there is a lot of questions up front. There is a quiz, and then it talks about the three main team members that you need right away. I would suggest you get these together even before you start with your real estate, or it should be at the same time as you start your real estate business. Okay, who are these three things, the three team members? Number one, title company. Okay, you want to have a title company that understands how to work with investors. Crucial, because a title company that understands investors, that is open to do double closing, they have an escrow account if you have money for buying, hold, and fix and flip, that they are willing to do subject twos, or they know all the things the investors need and talk about, and they're open to it, is crucial. So that's the thing you want to do, because let's say you go out tomorrow and get a contract, it has to go to a title company. So you need to know where you're going to deposit that contract. The second, second is to have your boots on the ground. If you're doing virtual, meaning you're not really physically yourself going to the property and take a look at things, you need somebody to be your boots on the ground. Okay, so if you do virtual in our city or even across town, who's going to be there to be your eyes, basically, or to meet the potential buyers, to meet potential contractors and so forth, right? So to have the boots on the ground is crucial. The third one is you need to really go in a community of like-minded people. Being a real estate investor is a very lonely business. I can tell you that right now. So to be in a community like we have here with real estate investing women, where you can get the support, you can ask questions, you can get referrals. Hey, who do you use as a title company? Who do you use as an attorney? I want to work in the cities. Anybody in the city, to have this type of community you can help. Those are the things. So your team should be title company, boots on the ground, and networking. Now, as you start expanding into your real estate business, as you start doing deals, in the beginning, when we work with our students, we get them going what I call the quick wins. Okay, I want you to do a deal in the next 4 weeks, and so that's why we work with these onboard groups. So on June 1st, we have our next starting out, and my goal is for everybody in June 1st to have a deal done or almost closed, if not closed, by July the 4th. You have like the 4 weeks. So that would be Independence Day. Okay, we're going to celebrate Independence Day. Depends on financial independence, because now you can quit your job, whatever your independence means to you. But so that's the thing. And the purpose to that is that, one of the things that we see a lot with newer students is time management and confidence, and how do you conquer those two, right? First of all, confidence, you conquer it by doing something, action, right? And time management is, you obviously want to see some results for your time. If you see that you're moving forward, you're gonna get like a second win, and you say, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. So that's why we get you going right away and doing deals. Now, some of you might need additional team members from the beginning, beside the title company, boots on the ground, and a group of networking group that can support you. You need a virtual assistant. What do virtual assistants do? Virtual assistants can take off for the heavy lifting. But still, one of my recommendation is that you crack the code yourself. Like, let's say, for example, you want to tackle a certain type of lead generation, right? And the quick wins that we offer our student, by the way, is something you can do yourself very easily and quickly. You don't need any VAs for that. But that will give you at least a couple of deals and start making some money. Then you can start saving some money and go into more what we call the long nurture lead generations. Okay, the one that might take you to pull a list and skip trace it and maybe text people and follow up and call. Well, those are time consuming activities, and that's why having an assistant, a virtual assistant, is going to be a game changer for you, because a lot of you, I'm sure, want to buy freedom of time, right? Not just financial freedom. And you don't want to have to do all these moving parts yourself. So this is where virtual assistant comes in. Now, for some of you that are also interested in rentals and fix and flip, you will want to connect with a property manager as well, part of your team, and also a project manager if there's some type of rehab and revolve your rentals or you're doing fix and flips. I again, in the beginning, the first couple of properties you can do it yourself, but personally, especially when I fix and flip, I think having a project manager from day one would be very beneficial, especially somebody that knows more what they're doing. Now, as you start spending your team, so in the beginning, I'm kind of taking you through the journey here, right? Now, as you start spending in your team, you want to have an acquisition manager, you want to have a transaction coordinator, and you want to have a disposition manager. Okay, so acquisition will help you to talk with seller and get deals under contract. A transaction coordinator takes the deal from the time you put it under contract to closing. They supervise the whole transaction. And then a disposition manager will help you selling, because nowadays, when if you do especially wholesaling, meaning you're not putting the property on the MLS, you're trying to do it, sell it yourself, there's a lot of online type selling that goes. Yes, you still build your buyer list and send it out to your buyer list, but I can tell you right now that nowadays it's much more dynamic and it will sell probably faster and quicker if you go online and sell it. Okay. So these are kind of the team, and I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And let me look at the Liz, can you think of anything else that we should mention based on the PDF that we handed out?
No, I think mentioning that, and but the biggest thing is you want to do a lot of the deals yourself before you start hiring out things. So the people that you would have on your team right away can be agents and title companies and things like that. But VAs and anyone else that you bring on your team eventually, make sure you understand how to run it so that these people that you train will know exactly what to do, even if they come with knowledge. So I just kind of wanted to throw that in there, that we want to make sure that anyone that comes with knowledge still gets trained to run under your business.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, everybody here, like I was telling some of the students this morning, I was saying, and some of them obviously have very demanding jobs and it's long hours. And I was saying, I prefer you getting some help right away, right now, and getting going, that don't do anything. And I know your schedule, your time. And yes, you can hire somebody that can take the heavy lifting. And guys, a virtual assistant from overseas to do some of the heavy lifting is only $5 to $7 an hour. And even if they work 20, 30, 40 hours a month for you, that's $200. And that will free up a lot of your time, because at the end of the day, you want to work on your business, not in your business. I'm sure a lot of you agree that you want to transition out of trading time for dollars and taking care of all the little stuff, right? And have somebody else do it who will be very grateful that you give him this job and possibility. For you, $200 might not be much money. For somebody, it could be a lot of money. So, yeah, so that is not, you're not taking advantage of anything or anybody. You're actually helping somebody to step in and do things that for you would be very tedious and time consuming. Okay, so I just want to summarize here. Beginning, title company, boots on the ground, get into a networking support community. Those are your first team members. As you start expanding, or in the beginning, if your time and budget allows, getting a virtual assistant that can take some of the heavy lifting, especially cleaning up lists, sorting lists, getting them into the CRM, doing some basic texting and maybe some calling, that could be crucial for you. Okay. And like Liz says, in the beginning, you do want to do some of the stuff yourself. I mean, trust me, a lot of times step down into the zone in doing some things because I can't fix something if I don't step in and do it myself first. Okay, so I need to go in there. If somebody seems like to have a struggle with for something, we have to step away and say, okay, I'm going to do this again, clean up, crack the code, so then I can hand it off to somebody else. So sometimes you have to do that. That's part of running the business as smoothly as possible. Great.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our weekly raffle. This is the raffle of the week. So we wanted to do something a little different than the norm and kind of go into the basket theme for we haven't done this in a while, and because it was like building teams and stuff like that, I was like, well, let's do something they can put in homes, depending if you guys are doing Airbnb rentals or welcome gifts or just keep it for yourself. And so we wanted to kind of do that. Now, how you get entered into the raffle is just comment the crap out of our group. We do post all the time. We post going out all the time in our Facebook group, Real Estate Investing Women, for those of you that aren't in the Facebook group. And what we do is we have to cycle it, but like the people that comment the most, they get entered into like this spinning wheel, and they get picked. And so that's what we have been doing lately, and we love it because we're creating community, but also there's a lot of engagement, a lot of action in the group, and it's just very cool to see. So this week's raffle winner will win this. Now, what you have to do to win this, though, is you have to email in by the next live claiming the prize. So it usually does count that you have to come and watch this live to get access it, claim the prize, and we will send this right to you. So it's a lot. It's a lot of fun. We really enjoy it, and so that's what we're gonna do. So who's excited for the raffle? And I don't know if I've seen her comment, but maybe she'll come back and watch this. But who's excited for the raffle? Do we want to win this? I actually have something that says clean dirty like that on my washer machine, so it kind of works. But yeah, okay. So let's get going then. So the winner for this week's raffle is Viviana Salinas. Viviana, congrats. I was just talking to her actually. Viviana Salinas, you are the winner of today's raffle. So congrats, congrats, congrats for that. And thank you for participating. Okay. Laura, do you want to kind of like talk about anything else? Kind of close out here?
Yeah, well, I want to ask, is there any questions about teams? Any questions about the teams? How many do we have on the live right now?
I
And
mean, I don't see the other streams like actively because the comments come here, but in the Facebook group, there's 12.
okay, so there's enough group there. Do you have any question about teams? Something that maybe we forgot to mention, or I like this as feedback too. So for future reference, maybe there's something else that I should cover about teams. Any questions? Go ahead and type them in. I would love to address any of the questions.
With the delay, it's going to be a long time. So hopefully.
Yeah. So with that said, like I said, I hope you guys can come to the retreat. We are going to do a lot of work also on time management. We're talking about teams, right? So we're going to work on time management. We're going to talk about a schedule, action plan, implementation, really setting up the time, because this is the feedback we got from a lot of students. It's going to be a great retreat because we have a lot of students there. So anybody coming there will get the benefit for being in a room full of people that are already doing different type of things. But also one of the struggles that they have a lot is time management, right? And a lot of you, I'm sure, can agree to that. You're focusing on working, you're focusing on other things, and now you want to get into real estate. And it's like, I really want to do this, but how do I do it? That's why team and time management are going to be crucial for you to really get things going, to get the needle moved the fastest, right? So we're definitely going to talk a lot about that at the retreat because it's such a big concern. The other thing that we are also addressing in the retreat, we're very heavy into mindset. And a lot of times is that you don't find the time, you don't find the right people to work with, but it really stems back to your mindset, feeling that you're overwhelmed, or you don't know what to do, or fears, or limiting beliefs, or you really don't feel like you deserve to do what you're doing. So a lot of these concerns that we hear from students, we are actually going to have a lot of work around mindset during this weekend as well. So it's going to be a breakthrough all the way around. That's why we call it Make It Happen, because we've done these retreats now for 6-7 years. And we created breakthroughs every single time. We have students, they leave the retreat, and people that leave the retreat, and within a week or 2 weeks, they start doing deals. That's why I think it's so crucial. Like I said, go ahead and book your spot, only for the next five though, because we're going to take off that special offer here. And also, as we get closer to retreat, we have only less than 10 tickets available. We're going to change the pricing here as well. So get your spot, only $100, and then you pay the remaining of the early bird price that we have posted right now, regardless of what we change the day before the retreat. So you'll have time to get the rest of the money together, like I said, for the next five. Now, if you cannot come to the retreat, go ahead and schedule a call with us, see what we can do here to get you going. We change our format on how we do the coaching, and I want to kind of do this. I told Liz a couple of weeks ago, I said, I love to work with smaller groups, and I love to give more individualized attentions to people so that we can get you through your hurdles fastest and also give you a clear path on how to do your first deals. So we take a about 6 weeks approach to get you from 0 to 100, to get you from no deals to doing deals. And I've actually done this in about 10 days with some of the students, but I'll give you 6 weeks to take you from not knowing even where to start to do the first deals. But in order for us to do that, we are doing smaller groups. And so the next one starts on June 1st, and we're not going to start another group until later in the summer. In this group, we will follow you every week. We give you a homework assignment, we keep you accountable, and we start every Monday for the 6 weeks project. And the project is to get you to really do deals in the first 3 to 4 weeks, to get deals under contract and close by 6 weeks. But we can work this on a smaller group setting. So you still get all the benefit of going with a larger group. We have calls, we have a forum, we have 4 to 5 calls a week, but you're also going to be in a special call with me where I will lead you through the 6 weeks and give you accountability and homework every single Monday. So the next one will be kicked off on June 1st. So make sure the kickoff call is June 1st to get you going so you can do a deal by Independence Day. And if you're interested in that, you cannot make it to the retreat, we're going to post a link as well. Now, I want to say that this smaller group is only 12 people. We have the retreat coming up next week, so we're going to have probably a lot of people joining for the retreat. So if you can't make it, if you don't book now, you're not going to reserve your spot, and the next kickoff will probably not be until sometime in July. So because how things work. So great. That's all I wanted to say, Liz. Anything else you want to share with them?
Well, a question came in. So she said, can you repeat, please? She didn't hear the last team member. You said property manager, project manager, but she did not hear the last one.
Okay, acquisition, disposition, and transaction coordinator. Transaction coordinator is a lot of what real estate agents use when they have a deal, a property or something under contract, and then they give it to a transaction coordinator, and the transaction coordinator goes away and talks to a title company, make sure all the signatures are on file, takes care of any contingencies and so forth, right? It's not somebody you need in the beginning, but that will make your life easier, especially if you plan on traveling a lot and you're not going to be present for the day-to-day stuff of making sure the transaction goes smoothly. There is a transaction coordinator you can hire. Like I said, they usually work with real estate agents, but they also work with investors, and it's a flat fee. Usually it's anywhere from $300 to $400 per deal, but they can make your life so much easier. And then acquisition, they will help you. Basically will be like an alter ego for you, somebody else that can talk to the seller, negotiate, and so forth. In these positions, they can really push the property out there to be sold, especially if you're wholesaling and you're selling this property off market. Liz actually trains. She does 10 steps dispositions, and she actually works with the students and show them exactly how to sell the property. And she steps in from time to time and try help them to sell it out. So that's what we do as part of our training. So this position nowadays is very dynamic. Gone are the time when just relying on a buyer's list. People are more prone to look for stuff online. And that's why disposition has to be done in a different way.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get off here, though, and we are super excited to see a lot of you at the retreat next weekend. And we have a few people we're talking today and tomorrow that schedule calls, so hopefully we will be able to kind of get to know them more and see them next weekend as well. And yeah, I think we're going to close out now. So I hope this was helpful. Let us know your feedback, your takeaways, and all of that into the comments. That would be fantastic. And if you did not grab the PDF, definitely go ahead and grab the PDF as well.
Yep.
All
Great.
right.
And we will see you the next week. Talk to
Yep.
you soon.